good. Ms. Toomey, call your next witness. Okay, and Mr. Gooden, if you could please just stand up and raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this class will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, very good. Have a seat, and you may proceed.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay. What's your name?
Adam Gooden.
Junior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know who you walked past earlier, Davion Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know him?
It's my big brother.
He's your big brother. How old are you?
I turned 24 Monday.
Okay. And you're incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Okay. So how many felony convictions do you have, if you know?
Really just 2.
2?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your older brother, Davion?
Yes. He inspired me a lot to do a lot of things, you know, far as showing me the ways of life, and always told me, you know, keep my head up, you know, he's a good person, you know, and we both, he taught me how to work a 9-to-5 job, you know. I worked my first 9-to-5 job with him. You know, we fed the homeless, took care of my mom. She had open heart surgery and stuff like that. You know, he was always there for others, always there for me and the rest of us. And he never treated me like I was an outsider and stuff like that. He always handled me like a little brother. Always been there for me.
So you have a different last name than Davion. So you
Yes.
have a different father?
Yes.
Okay. You said that your mother has some health problems.
Yeah, she had open heart surgery.
When was that?
This is like, I think this was last year.
Did she have any other health issues? If you know.
Yes, she dealt with strokes from here and there.
She's had several strokes.
Yes.
Is there a point in time where Davion assumed responsibility, kind of being the parental role in the house?
Yes, it was a time where both of our fathers weren't there, so he was more of a father than just a big brother.
So both, what's your father's name, Adam?
Yes.
So was that the time where Davion's father was incarcerated, or got arrested and is incarcerated?
Yes.
And then what happened to your dad?
My dad was incarcerated at too.
Is he still incarcerated?
No, ma'am, he's out now. But my mom and them, they're divorced. They're not together.
Okay. So when your dad was incarcerated or in prison and Davion's father was in prison, he took over the parental role of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? Would he cook, or how did he do that?
Cook, we clean up. You know, I have another brother out there, brothers and sisters out there. You know, he made sure we always in the house, curfew. You know, my mom was in the hospital. You know, he was there to make sure the house was in order and everything fell in place the way she wanted it.
Do you remember how old Davion would have been when that was going on? When it started?
13.
Okay. What about when they, there were times in the house that there were no food? What would Davion do?
I know he'll make a way for us. Like, it was one time we had sold some shoes. We sold a game system and stuff like that. You know, just to feed each other and stuff like that.
And would your mother often work at night?
Yes.
What about the stability of where you guys were living? Did you move often, or were you stable, or what?
Always moving.
Why is that?
I really never wonder why. I really never, understood why.
Did you ever, and you still don't understand why? Did your mother eventually marry someone else?
Yes, I have a stepfather,
What's his name?
Jawan.
Did you get along with him?
Yes.
Is there a point in time where you and Davion did not get along with him?
It was a point of time, yes, ma'am.
And what was the issue? Why'd you guys fight?
It was basically just, not accepting having other men in the house, besides our father or my big brother.
And was there a
So
man?
it was hard dealing with having another male figure in the house.
So it would have been Davion's father, your father, and then new stepfather.
Yes.
Okay. Did you see a lot of violence in Jacksonville when you were living there?
I have,
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
basically,
Object as to relevance.
Overruled, go ahead, I'll give you a little bit of latitude.
at the Reigns and Lee game, my cousin was shot, in front of me, and it starting to get over it, but it still hurt a little bit thinking about it. Lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of family. Grandma passed away. My mom almost passed away in front of me.
How did Davion cope with these types of things that you saw?
It was times where we was always taught to just pray.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I wish you well.
Okay, Cross?
Just briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Goodson, it sounds like you looked up to and admired your older brother, Davion Murphy. Is that true, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had a loving relationship with your older brother?
Yes, ma'am.
And you described him as someone during the time when you were growing up who actually at times had to take over the household. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was a big responsibility, and he was able to do that. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, you said that he was the one that taught you how to work a 9 to 5.
Yep.
Okay. Your Honor, do we have some tissues or something? I think that he is getting a little emotional.
Sure. I have one right here. There you go.
Thank you.
You're ready for the next question? Okay.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
and I think you said, you told the jury that he is the one that taught you how to work a 9 to 5 job. Is that true, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that by example because that was something he also was willing to do for your family?
Yes, ma'am.
So he was able to hold down a 9 to 5 job?
Yes, ma'am.
And it sounds like he also helped manage the household when your mother was sick. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Made sure everything stayed in order and that your other siblings were well cared for during that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, that's all the questions that I have.
Okay, redirect? Okay, thank you. May this witness be excused? Okay, so I'm gonna have you all step it one more time, very quickly, okay?
All right.
We'll be back.
Here we go.
Very good, thank you. The witness can be Okay, so Ms. Toomey, is that it for you? Is that your last witness?
Judge, I was going to call one witness to be the screenshots, but apparently the state has an objection to them, so if I could.
Okay,
These were screenshots that were sent to my mitigation specialist
from whom?
from my client.
Your client's mother?
Yes.
Okay,
The screenshots are from my client's mother to my mitigation specialist regarding not coming to this trial. The state has a copy. I can approach this.
sure. So state what your position on this.
Judge, we are objecting. I read the content of the screenshot, which I guess was sent to their investigator, showing how she does not want to appear and how she's fearful. Judge, I don't believe that that is appropriate mitigation evidence. It is not testimony regarding the defendant's background or history. I think it's highly inflammatory and prejudicial and has no relevance to mitigation.
Okay, so it,
I think it is relevant to his background and his character. I mean, his mother is indicating that, she loves her son, but she's wasn't willing to come here because she's afraid. She's fearful for his retaliation. That's part of my client's background and his cousin's background.
Judge, there are numerous witnesses that have the same concern, and we have been shielding their faces from the camera,
right,
and she's not subject to cross-examination.
yeah. Okay, so, based upon, I've reviewed this, and I'm gonna, at this point, sustain the state's, objection. It really is her just saying that she really doesn't give anything meaningful, just says that she's too scared to come, and I think the state's point is well taken. Lots of other witnesses have testified in this case, so. So you can mark it as a court exhibit, okay? And so we'll mark that. Do we have any other court exhibits yet? Okay, this will be just court exhibit 1 for defendant Davion Murphy, okay? Okay, so other than that, is Ms. Toomey, or you have no other witnesses?
If I could have a moment.
Sure. So, Mr. Davion Murphy, as your counsel is ready to rest your case, this is the part of the penalty phase where you have to make the decision whether or not you wish to testify or remain silent. So, as our previous discussion during guilt phase, do you understand that you and only you can make this decision? Do you understand that? And you understand that no one, including your attorneys, can pressure you or threaten you or coerce you in any way in order to get you to either testify or to remain silent. Do you understand that? All right, and have you made a decision? Do you wish to testify or do you wish to remain silent? Yeah, of course, sure. Yep. And while they're talking, where are we on the other two Rashad Murphy witnesses that are going to be appearing via Zoom?
Judge, I think we're fine and we're ready.
Yes, Judge, we spoke, the opportunity to speak to both of them. It's my understanding, I know one was requested for both defendants, Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy, and I would just ask counsel to confirm, it will only be for Rashad Murphy after those conversations.
Okay. And while they're talking, so, Mr. Rashad Murphy, it seems like we're getting close to your counsel resting as well. So, this would be the part of the, okay, you're already shaking, you already know what I'm gonna say, which is fine, that's good, that means you've been paying attention, which is good. but I do have to have the colloquy with you. Do you understand that this is the part of the trial, the penalty phase, where you have to make the decision whether or not to testify or remain silent? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that this decision is solely yours? No one, including your attorneys, can in any way pressure you, threaten you, or coerce you in any way in order to get you to either testify or remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your decision? Do you wish to?
I wish to remain silent.
You wish to remain silent, okay? And has anyone pressured you or threatened you in any way in order to get you to make that decision?
No, ma'am.
And has anyone made you any assurances regarding what the outcome of these proceedings will be?
No, ma'am.
And you understand no one can, because no one knows what any jury will do. Do you understand that?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
you understand?
I understand that.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay,
And both of my two witnesses are on.
okay, yeah, I just need to get the Zoom up and running again. Okay, and as to Davion Murphy, Mr. Murphy, you now had sufficient time to speak with your attorneys. And what is your decision? Do you wish to testify or remain silent? You'll remain silent. And has anyone, including your counsel, in any way pressured you or threatened you or coerced you in any way to make this decision?
Yes.
And has anyone made you any promises regarding what the outcome of the penalty phase will be?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand no one can, because no one can ever predict what a jury will do? Do you understand that? Okay, very good. Okay, so we've got 2 Zoom witnesses left. I'm gonna read the stipulation, Mr. Rashad Murphy's stipulation as well. So when the jury comes back in, Ms. Toomey, you're gonna rest in front of the jury. Then we will proceed forward with the remaining witnesses for Rashad Murphy. And then once those witnesses are done testifying, and then once I read the stipulation, then you will rest in front of the jury,
Correct.
okay? And then, State, you've got your 2 rebuttal witnesses, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so do you want to get going on that today? At least get it started, because we'll have,
I don't believe either one is available. Dr. Warner is probably en route right now from Gainesville coming down.
okay, that's fine. So that's a no, we'll recess for the evening, and they'll be ready tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Yes. And
That's what I'm
Dr.
hearing.
Wakestein is at 1 o'clock by Zoom.
Okay, so then, okay, so then what we'll do is we will, sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Let me get the Zoom up and running first. Oh, okay, and the court reporter's computers, everything's, we're trying just to get it done for today.
My computer just froze, so I just need to restart it. and I should be ready.
Case hold.
You want me to do that now?
Consent, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I do see Jamila Murphy in the waiting room. And Hazel Dickerson is in the waiting room.
Mr. Dickerson, that's who you're calling
Hazel
for?
Dickerson is the one I'm calling first.
Okay. Okay, court reporter, let me know when
They
you're
do
ready.
not want their faces shown on,
And they do not want their faces shown? Neither one?
neither one.
Okay, and again, for the media, neither one of the witnesses appearing via Zoom wants their identity broadcast. Okay. As soon as the court reporter is ready to go, ready to go.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Finkelstein, you get Teacher's Pet Award because you sent me your non-statutory mitigators in Word form, so you did exactly what I asked you to do. Yes, I'm waiting on those, and then I did ask for Mr. Chance and Mr. Rashad Murphy if your assistants can just send it in Word form. It came in PDF, and I'm not computer savvy enough to convert. It just makes my life easier if I can cut and paste.
Okay,
So I have them, but it just makes it easier if I can cut and paste.
I
So,
sent it in Word as well. After I got the email
Okay, thank you. So your second teacher's pet. Okay, you ready to go? Okay, excellent. Okay, I think we're ready, so let's bring in our jury.
All rise. All jurors are in, Judge.
Okay, very good. Everyone have a seat. Welcome back in. And Ms. Toomey, on behalf of Davion Murphy, do you have an announcement at this time? Okay, very good. And Mr. Hernandez, as to Rashad Murphy, who's your next witness?
Hazel Dickinson.
Okay.
And for the record, Your Honor, Dickerson.
Okay. Ms. Dickerson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. So can you please raise your right
Okay.
hand? Can you raise your right hand to be sworn?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? I do. Thank you. I swear.
Okay, you may proceed, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, could you again state your name for the record?
Hazel Dickerson.
And do you know the defendant, Rashad Murphy?
Yes, I do.
How do you know him? What is your relationship to him?
He's my birth nephew. My maternal nephew, but I also adopted him.
Okay.
So,
So have you known Rashad pretty much his entire life?
yes, I did.
And can you describe, if we could talk first about the family, his parents, what do you know about his father?
I know that, well, when you say about his father, what am I speaking of? As far as, no?
I'm sorry, I'm referring to Rashad Murphy's father. Did you know him? Can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
of what you know about him?
I know him, but there's really not much for me to tell except that he hasn't been very active in his life, but I know him.
Okay. When you said he was not very active in his life, are you referring to being a father figure for Rashad?
That's correct.
Would it be correct to say he was not a good father?
That's a tough call because all I just know is that he wasn't active. I don't want to say good or bad because that's categorizing someone that I haven't been around.
Okay, but when you say not active, are you basically saying not involved in Rashad's life? Would that be correct?
That's correct.
Okay. What about Rashad's mother? Did she have some drug problems?
Yes, she did.
And was there a time when Rashad was very young that he was actually placed in foster home?
That's correct.
And did you become aware that there were problems with the foster homes and him having been abused?
We weren't aware of anything at first because they kept them away from us for a year, about a year and a half, so we didn't know where they were. and it was a family member who he saw in the store. And from that point is when we were able to get to the nitty gritty, get down to the nitty gritty of things. And Rashad is the person who, when he recognized his Aunt Peaches, he
Take your time.
he pretty much fought hard for him and his brother to get out of their situation, and how he was able to subliminally notify anyone, we don't know, but that was something that he was able to do. And that's how we were able to get involved like we did, because they kept them from us.
Do you recall how old Rashad was when he was placed into foster care? Would it be some? Go ahead.
I want to say, sir, that he was 9. I'm not so good with the numbers now. The little brain is a little fried, but I want to say he was 9.
Okay. And do you know how long he was in foster care?
Roughly 3 years. 3 years. I don't want to be inaccurate, but it was a number of years, because 1.5 years we didn't see him. And then once they got to another family who was able to agree, I guess, I don't know how Georgia did it, but they agreed to let us see him. That took some time, so we were able to do visits, see him in Georgia.
So, did you say that you were not able to even see him for the first 1.5 years? Is that correct?
No, we didn't even know where they were.
Okay.
That's correct.
And then he was in foster care for at least, what, another year or 2 or 3 before he was released?
Yes, I would say another two years.
And when you found out about the problems that he was having in foster care, were you the one that was instrumental in trying to help him? And I think you referred to yourself as his adopted mother.
Right. I wasn't the instrumental one in being the initial hands-on, but what I was the person who made sure his grandmother, grandfather, Phyllis and Leroy Murphy, and my mother, Elfrida Gaddis, were always on set. You know, they were at court, they were visitation, whatever had to be done, I was the one to make sure they got there.
Now, do you, after you were able to have contact with him, and after the first 1.5 years, did you become aware of some activities that Rashad was involved in, sports, boxing, things of that nature?
Yes.
What do you know about that?
He was involved with boxing. He actually, and you all could look that up, he was the foster mom that he ended up with, Miss Dallas. He did boxing matches, and he was the champion for his age group. That's why I think the age 9 or 10 sticks out, because he was very young, but he was good. And he made it. He made it. He was the champion for that state in his age group, whatever she had in him.
Now, can you describe the environment, the neighborhoods that he grew up in? Were they communities that had a lot of violence?
I would say so.
Okay. Have you had the opportunity to observe Rashad as a father?
Yes.
What kind of father have you observed him to be?
He's an excellent dad. overprotective, I know that, of his kids, based on what he's been through. Very overprotective. He, as far as the boys, he loved to have them in sports. The girls, of course, he dopes with them, you know. Daddy's girls is what he has. And he's the one. He's the one that loved to cook for him and do all that stuff. He's the guy. He's that guy.
Did you also observe him as a brother, as someone, how he dealt with his siblings? Please, yes, is that, you're not in your head, but for the record, you need to answer.
No, I was going to answer. It's just
Okay.
that
Okay.
I get choked up a little bit, so I apologize. But with his siblings, definitely they came first after those kids, or maybe alongside his kids. And when their mom passed, he actually refused to be ignored as far as wanting the opportunity to have custody of his sister and brother, the younger ones.
So you observed him not only being a good father, but also trying to become a father figure to his younger brother and sister.
That's correct.
What have you observed of Rashad and his faith in Jesus?
Rashad, raised as Seventh Adventist, and he can flip that Bible. He's very good at that. And he went to Seventh Adventist school, elementary school, because my mother taught there for, well, she was teacher's aide there for several years, over 20 years. So Christian education and being part of the church was something that my mother, who was Elfrida Gaddis, once he came on our side in Florida, she definitely kept him in church.
What do you know? Do you know the Murphys?
Yes.
Okay. What did they? Who are they, and what did they have to do in Rashad's life?
The Murphys are actually excellent. Leroy and Phyllis Murphy. They were also strong in faith, in their religion. Leroy was a disciplinarian. And Phyllis, of course, she was the doting grandma. And everybody always flocked over to their house. Everyone was welcome, no one was a stranger. So they were great, great grandparents.
These are the grandparents of Mr. Rashad Murphy.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, when his grandmother died, did you notice any impact on Rashad Murphy?
Are you speaking on Phyllis? Because one of his grandmothers he didn't know, which was
obviously,
my mother, yeah.
The grandmother and grandfather that he had contact with, and when they passed.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm sorry, I do apologize.
No, my fault.
No. Did I see any change? Rashad has always been a quiet type individual, very quiet. So he would keep things to himself, keep himself, you'd have to try to figure out what he was thinking. So think that's just that part of him that's that strong part of him. So to say that if I saw any changes in him, I couldn't say. I just know that he coddled his kids more because they didn't have their matriarch around. He coddled the cousins, everybody. He just kept close to them. So I would say, in a way, yes, that's a form of showing that he was affected by not wanting to lose him or making sure he was around wherever he had to be for as long as he could be around.
Would it be accurate to say that Rashad, as a child, a small child, witnessed domestic violence?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm referring to his mother and his father.
Yes, his mother, his father, his mother, and her husband at the time. And probably his mother and, other people that may have been in her life due to her lifestyle.
And I may have asked you already, I'm not trying to be repetitive, but did his mother have drug problems?
Yes,
Okay, and was that a primary reason or one of the reasons why Rashad was placed in a foster home?
yes,
Okay. Despite all that, from your observations, did he love his mother? Rashad, love his mother?
yes,
And did you notice him also being affected when his mother died?
yes.
Was there a time that you were with Rashad and you sent him to New Jersey to around 14 to go to school?
Yes.
Tell the jury about
Myself
that.
and mother.
What was the
We
reason
sent
for that?
him because so he could become engaged in sports. My sister had a lot of connections up there in football because that was his love, actually. And my sister has access to, quite a few resources in schools up there. And we wanted to give it a shot to see if he could become a part of something like that because he loved football. And it worked for me. It worked. And schools were calling for him at his young age. When he was in high school, they had letters out. There's a video, my sister still has it, of him out there on the field. He was their star player. So it did work, but he was missing his family.
I've asked you about him as a father, correct?
Yes,
And I'm not sure if I asked you about his relationship with Charmaine Steger. Are you aware of that relationship?
yes.
Can you describe that relationship, asking you about what you've observed as Rashad Murphy as a husband or father to the children?
That relationship, the two were inseparable. And she was actually one of the main reasons why he wanted to even come back. Because that
Come back from New Jersey?
from New Jersey.
Okay.
He was missing his family and her. That young puppy love, he had that. They had that. So that's how long they've been together.
Miss Dickerson, did you observe him to be a working person who regularly worked? Rashad?
No, No.
Did he get, you don't know if he
I
had
didn't.
jobs or not?
no,
Okay. If he is sentenced to life in prison, would you continue to have contact with him and maintain your relationship, even visiting him in prison?
most definitely. Yes, sir.
May I have a moment here?
Yes.
One final question, ma'am. If you could tell the jury what kind of person is the person that you know Rashad Murphy to be?
The main thing that stands out, and two main things that stand out for Rashad is he's a protector and very smart. Two main things: a protector and he's very smart. Three, quiet. He's a quiet individual. You never know what he's thinking. Kind-hearted.
Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Ismer?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
I just want to follow up with you. So when you learned that Rashad Murphy and Shaheem Murphy were in foster care, did you work together with the family members that you mentioned, so his grandparents and his great-grandmother, to get him out of the situation he was in?
Yes, actually, I was there when they were taken. I was there, and they would not turn the kids over to us. And we found that unusual, and we thought that we would hear something from them, and we didn't. And it just went on where we kept seeking ways of trying to find out where these kids are, and they just wouldn't. Well, Vershard actually was in school when they took it.
Right, but you were at least trying to get custody or a stable environment outside of the home he was in with your sister.
Oh, my niece, well, Darlene, she's my niece.
Oh, I
His
apologize.
mom is my niece. Yes, it's okay.
But you were working together with your other family members to try to get custody of him? Is that a yes?
Yes,
I
well,
apologize.
we was yes.
And you did mention when Mr. Hernandez was asking you that there was some physical abuse in the foster home. Was that Mr. Rashad Murphy seeing physical abuse of the other children inside of that home?
Of his brother.
And once you all learned, but you had no information about any kind of physical abuse when he was in the custody of your niece, or abuse of him when he was in the foster care system, or even afterward, right?
No.
But once you all learned of this information, did you still work with your mother, so his great-grandmother, Miss Gaddis, and his grandparents, Leroy and Phyllis, to get custody of him?
Yes, my mother actually moved to St. Mary's in order to get them. And Phyllis and Leroy were there as well.
And once it was reported what was occurring, did Rashad and Shaheem Murphy actually get removed and placed with another individual?
Yes.
And was that Miss Dallas?
Yes.
And how was their time with Miss Dallas? What would you describe that as?
Awesome. Miss Dallas was probably one of the best things that ever happened to them outside of our family, because Miss Dallas is the one who defied the odds of the foster care odds, and she would make sure that she would bring those kids, those boys, to Jacksonville their sister Diamond was a singer, and she was a little old thing singing in church, and she would make sure they'd come to her church performances, and anything that we were having, Miss Dallas would make sure that they stayed in touch with family, which is something that is very rarely heard of. So we all loved Miss Dallas.
And did Miss Dallas continue that for the other 2 years or so until you all actually got custody of Rashad Murphy?
Yes, Miss Dallas actually didn't want to let them go, and neither did they want to leave her. They didn't want to leave her, but the state of Georgia made me adopt them, or else they would put them back in foster care and not with Miss Dallas.
And
So-
you were ultimately able to adopt them, and then they stayed with you until they aged out, moved out on their own. Is that right?
Well, not aged out, but we were, I'm sorry, they were in between me and Phyllis and Leroy. And Mimi, Jamila Murphy. We were just one big unit. So I wouldn't say I'm the only one that had my hands on them. No, we all did.
But Rashad specifically, you had an opportunity to, even in what your hands were able to do, help to change the circumstances that you found him in at age 9, right?
Yes.
And you did that with
Yes.
his grandparents and his great-grandma and his other aunts and uncles in the
Correct.
community. And you had an opportunity, you said, to send him to New Jersey. Did you help support him financially as well, all of you as a family?
Yes.
And it's only been in the last couple of years, I would say. Is that what you indicated, that he's lost several of his grandparents, the ones that really supported him through into his late 20s? Is that right?
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but he also does have, I think, what you described as stable, a very long time and stable relationship with Ms. Steiger through all of these hardships, right?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Ma'am, thank you. I don't have any other questions for you.
Okay, any redirect?
I know you're on, thank you.
Okay. All right, Ms. Dickerson, thank you so much. Your testimony is now concluded, so you can log off of the Zoom, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, and your next witness?
Your Honor, Jamila Murphy, and Jamila is spelled Jameelah. Sorry.
Hello, Miss Murphy, Jamila Murphy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you turn your camera on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Hold on. I'm trying to turn it on.
sure.
Hold on. Okay, is it on?
We have a picture of you,
Oh,
but
good.
not, oh, there we go.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Miss Murphy, please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. You can put your hand down, and you may proceed, Mr. Hernandez.
Your Honor, may we very briefly approach?
Yes. Okay, you may proceed.
May I proceed?
Yeah.
Ma'am, could you state your name, please?
Yes, Jamila Murphy.
And Miss Murphy, I'm going to be asking you some questions about Rashad Murphy. Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
How do you know him? What is your relationship to Rashad Murphy?
That's my nephew, my oldest brother's child.
Okay. And have you known Rashad Murphy his entire life?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you aware of the fact that he was taken by the state and placed in a foster home at an early age?
Yes, sir.
What do you know about his father? Was he an active role model, or was he pretty much out of Mr. Rashad Murphy's life?
He was pretty much out of his life. He was around. He was around, but he wasn't like being a father.
Okay. And are you aware of Rashad's mother having a variety of problems that ultimately that she basically had a drug problem?
Yes, sir.
And was that at least one of the reasons for Rashad to be removed from the home and put in foster care?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you personally aware of any problems that Rashad endured while in foster care?
Any problem?
Do you know anything about him being abused in foster care?
Probably maybe with his first foster parents he was with, but his last foster parents took good care of him.
Okay.
Miss Alice.
But
She
then-
took good care.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That you made some reference to abuse in the first placement of the foster care?
I think, I'm not sure.
Now, despite the problems that Rashad's mother had, would it be accurate to say that Rashad loved his mother very much?
Oh, yes, he loved his mother.
And do you recall what his reaction was or his grief when his mother died?
He took it pretty hard. He had grief. And he took it pretty hard.
Now, can you describe the neighborhood that Rashad was raised in? Was it a crime area, drugs or violence or anything of that nature? Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
I'm sorry?
I said it wasn't that bad, but yeah.
What do you know about Rashad and his relationship with his fiancee, Charmaine Steger?
That's I'm nervous, but they had a great relationship.
And did they have 4 children together?
Yes.
Did you observe Rashad as a father and as a male role model for them, as well as his relationship? Was it a positive relationship with his fiancee?
Yes, sir. It was. He was great. He was a great father.
Okay, and can you give me examples of why you believe he was a great father? Did you see him participate in activities with him? Did he care for them? Things of that nature.
Yes, I seen him. He was make sure he clothed and fed them and make sure his children was in activities.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was definitely his kid. Make sure they was in, school activities, to going to the school and stuff like that, and just being there for his kids.
What about how did you also observe him having contact with your children or grandchildren? How did he?
Yes.
And tell the jury what you observed as him as a relative, as a person.
He's a loving big cousin, and he was a protector. He's the first cousin, so he made sure all his cousins was good, and they looked up to him.
What
And
about,
he-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Okay, what about how he, what relationship, how he related to his own siblings, his brother and sister?
Oh, he was a great big brother. He made sure he was overprotective with them. He made sure everything was, they was straight and everything, like from school and stuff too.
Do you recall him actually, in addition to trying to support 4 kids and a fiance, do you recall him actually trying to adopt or at least take care of his brother and sister in many ways, including financially?
Oh yes, I have. He did. He stepped up to his 2 younger siblings.
Do you love Rashad?
Yes, I do.
If he was sentenced to life in prison, would you continue to have contact with him and visit him and maintain as best as you can your relationship with Rashad?
Yes, I will.
Is there anything else about Rashad, any other qualities that I have forgotten to ask you?
No, I think you asked anything.
One second, Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
who is Rashad Adams? Gerard Adams.
That's my child.
Would you consider Rashad and Gerard, your child, close?
Yeah.
Okay, now is Rashad deceased? Gerard, I'm sorry.
Yes, he is.
Okay. And do you know who he's buried next to?
Yes, he's buried next to Rashad's mother and my mother.
Do you recall seeing Rashad and his reaction to the death of your son?
Yeah. Yes.
And what was that? Did it have an impact on him?
I think he did, of course, yes. He was the little one, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Ismer?
That was like a brother to him, of course.
All right, you may proceed.
Ma'am, can you hear me okay?
Yes,
You said your son was like a brother to Rashad, right?
yes,
Did you have an opportunity to help to raise Rashad once Miss Hazel actually adopted him?
yes,
And did he stay with you a lot over the course of those years, so from 9 or so through when he was 18?
yes,
Did he get an opportunity when he was living with you to also be living with Joe Rod?
yes, he did.
Is that why you're saying that they have a close relationship like brothers?
Yes,
And I'll change subjects, okay? When he was coming to your house when he was a teenager, did you sometimes take him to school?
yes, I did.
And did you talk to him about school and what was happening at high school?
Yes.
How was he doing in high school with grades?
Oh, great. He was an Davion student. He was good.
And you were proud of him for that?
Yes,
The home that you provided to him and your own children, would you call it stable?
yes,
Did he have the opportunity to drive or go back and forth between your house and Miss Dickerson's house and his grandparents' house and his great-grandma's house?
yes,
Did you all work together to raise him, even despite the issues that his mom was having at the time?
Yes.
And did he have any learning disabilities or anything like that that you were aware of throughout the course of those teenage years before he moved out?
No, not what I know of, no.
Did you all, once he moved out, was that to be living with Miss Steiger?
Yes.
And did you all remain supportive of him and his family as that family grew?
Yeah.
I have no further questions, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Hernandez, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you so much, Ms. Murphy. Your testimony is concluded, so I'm gonna close out the Zoom, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, and I do have a stipulation to read to you all. Again, you are to accept this as being proven. Comes now the Danny Hernandez, attorney for defendant Rashad Murphy, and assistant state attorney Scott Harmon, do hereby stipulate as follows. The defendant Rashad Murphy has no prior felony convictions, and this is signed by both Mr. Harmon and Mr. Hernandez, okay? All right, Mr. Hernandez, do you have an announcement?
Your Honor, yes, at this time, defendant Rashad Murphy would rest.
Okay, very good. All right, members of the jury, it's 10-5, so we're going to go ahead and take our evening recess. I believe the state has 2 witnesses tomorrow, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so we have to start going over jury instructions. So I'm going to have you all report tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the start, because we have to meet ahead of time to start going over the final set of jury instructions. We'll see how we do tomorrow. I anticipate we'll at least start closing arguments by the parties. I don't think we'll get through all of them. So I anticipate you all will come back Friday morning. There may be additional closing arguments or not, and then the final set of instructions. So again, you will get this case for penalty phase on Friday, okay? All right, so just remember my previous instructions. Don't talk to anybody about anything related to this case, and don't do any of the other stuff I've repeatedly asked you not to do, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. start, all right? Thank you.
All rise. Jurors are up.
Okay, very good. All right, I emailed everybody what I have done so far as verdict forms and the final set of instructions, so you guys can start looking over them tonight. I don't yet have the non-statutory mitigators for Davion or Rashad Murphy. They may have gotten sent to my JA, I just don't have them yet. So anyway, so I will get those, and then we will meet at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for our charge conference, okay? So just start looking over everything and make sure I've got everything that we need in the jury instructions and the verdict form, okay? Okay, and then for closing arguments, I don't know if defense counsel's talked about it, if you all have a lineup, if you all can agree on a lineup, great. If not, then I will just go in the order of the indictment, which is Isaiah Chance, Gathright, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy. Okay? All right, very good. See you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Court's adjourned.